Yes, exit signs are required to be lighted regardless of business hours. According to the International Building Code, known as IBC, and the National Fire Protection Association 101, also known as NFPA 101 Life Safety Code, exit signs must be illuminated at all times. This is because emergencies can occur at any time, even during daylight hours. Illuminated exit signs provide visual guidance and enhance visibility in low light conditions or in the event of a power outage. They are essential for occupants to safely evacuate the building in case of fire or other hazards. Specific requirements for the illumination of exit signs include the following. Firstly, exit signs must be internally or externally lighted and provide uniform illumination over the entire face of the sign. Secondly, the minimum light intensity must be 5-foot candles on the illuminated surface. Thirdly, the illumination must be provided by a reliable and redundant power source. In the case of a 45-foot by 45-foot one-level commercial showroom with 3 glass doors to the outside, which are located at 3 corners, 3 illuminated exit signs are required. These signs should be placed at the 3 corners where the exits are located. It is important to ensure that the exit signs are properly maintained and tested regularly to ensure their functionality in an emergency. Consider the specific requirements outlined in the International Building Code and NFPA 101 to ensure compliance with local regulations. Regular inspections should be conducted to verify that the exit signs are functioning correctly, including the illumination levels and power source. Any deficiencies or issues should be promptly addressed to maintain the safety of the building occupants. Keep accurate records of inspections, maintenance, and testing activities to demonstrate compliance with applicable codes and standards. In summary, adhering to the guidelines provided by IBC and NFPA 101 regarding illuminated exit signs is crucial for ensuring the safety and well-being of individuals in commercial buildings. By understanding and implementing these regulations, facilities can create a safer environment for occupants and minimize the risk of accidents or injuries during emergencies. When planning the installation of exit signs, it's important to consider factors such as the viewing distance, sign size, and mounting height. The size of the exit sign should be proportionate to the viewing distance to ensure that it is easily visible from all points within the area it serves. In larger spaces, larger exit signs may be necessary to maintain adequate visibility. The mounting height of the exit sign should also be carefully considered to avoid obstructions and ensure that it is within the line of sight for occupants. In addition to the size and mounting height, the color and contrast of the exit sign are also important factors to consider. Exit signs are typically required to have a high contrast between the background and the text or symbols to ensure that they are easily visible in both normal and emergency lighting conditions. The color of the exit sign should also comply with relevant codes and standards, which typically specify the use of green or red for exit signs. The placement of exit signs should be carefully planned to provide clear and unambiguous guidance to occupants during an emergency. Exit signs should be located along the path of egress, indicating the direction of travel to the nearest exit. In areas where the path of egress is not immediately apparent, additional exit signs may be necessary to guide occupants towards the exit. It is also important to ensure that exit signs are visible from all directions and are not obstructed by furniture, equipment, or other objects. The illumination of exit signs is typically provided by either internal or external light sources. Internally illuminated exit signs use light-emitting diodes known as LED or other light sources to illuminate the sign from within. Externally illuminated exit signs use external light sources, such as spotlights or floodlights, to illuminate the sign from the outside. The choice between internal and external illumination depends on factors such as the size and design of the exit sign, the ambient lighting conditions, and the energy efficiency requirements. Regardless of the type of illumination used, it is important to ensure that the exit sign is uniformly illuminated and that the light intensity meets the minimum requirements specified in the applicable codes and standards. The power source for exit signs should be reliable and redundant to ensure that the signs remain illuminated during a power outage or other emergency. Exit signs are typically powered by the building's electrical system with a backup power source such as a battery or generator to provide power in the event of a power failure. The backup power source should be capable of providing power for a minimum duration specified in the applicable codes and standards, typically 90 minutes or more. Regular testing and maintenance of exit signs are essential to ensure that they are functioning correctly and that they will perform as intended during an emergency. Exit signs should be visually inspected on a regular basis to check for damage, dirt, or obstructions that could impair their visibility. The illumination levels of exit signs should also be periodically measured to ensure that they meet the minimum requirements. In addition to visual inspections and illumination measurements, exit signs should also be tested to verify that the backup power source is functioning correctly. This typically involves disconnecting the primary power source and verifying that the exit signs remain illuminated for the required duration using the backup power source. Any deficiencies or issues identified during testing or maintenance should be promptly addressed to ensure that the exit signs are fully functional and compliant with applicable codes and standards. Furthermore, it is crucial to keep accurate records of all inspections, testing, and maintenance activities performed on exit signs. These records should include the date of the inspection or test, the results of the inspection or test, and any corrective actions taken. Maintaining accurate records is essential for demonstrating compliance with applicable codes and standards and for tracking the performance of exit signs over time. In conclusion, illuminated exit signs are a critical component of any commercial building's fire safety system. They provide clear and unambiguous guidance to occupants during an emergency, helping them to safely evacuate the building. By understanding and implementing the requirements of the International Building Code and NFPA 101 regarding exit signs, facilities can create a safer environment for occupants and minimize the risk of accidents or injuries during emergencies. In addition to complying with codes and standards, it is also important to consider the specific needs and characteristics of the building and its occupants when designing and installing exit signs. For example, in buildings with a diverse population, it may be necessary to use multilingual exit signs or symbols to ensure that all occupants can understand the signs. In buildings with elderly or disabled occupants, it may be necessary to provide additional exit signs or other wayfinding aids to assist them in evacuating the building. By taking a holistic approach to exit sign design and installation, facilities can create a safer and more accessible environment for all occupants. Moreover, it's beneficial to incorporate advanced technologies such as smart exit signs, which can dynamically adjust their illumination levels and direction based on real-time conditions. These systems can integrate with fire alarm systems and building management systems to provide intelligent guidance during emergencies. Smart exit signs can also provide valuable data for facility managers, such as usage patterns and maintenance needs, enabling them to optimize their safety strategies. Additionally, consider the use of photoluminescent exit signs, which require no electricity and can provide continuous illumination during power outages. These signs absorb ambient light and emit a visible glow, making them a reliable and energy-efficient option for emergency egress. Photoluminescent signs are particularly useful in areas where power outages are common or where access to electricity is limited. To further enhance the effectiveness of exit signs, incorporate regular training and drills to familiarize occupants with the location and meaning of the signs. Conduct periodic fire drills to simulate emergency scenarios and assess the performance of the exit signs. These drills can help identify any weaknesses in the evacuation plan and provide opportunities to improve occupant awareness and response. In addition to fire drills, provide educational materials and resources to occupants about the importance of exit signs and how to use them effectively. This can include posters, brochures, and online resources that explain the meaning of different exit signs and the procedures for evacuating the building. Also, ensure that all employees are properly trained on the building's fire safety procedures and their roles in assisting occupants during an emergency. By promoting a culture of safety and preparedness, facilities can empower occupants to take proactive measures to protect themselves and others during emergencies. Furthermore, Regularly review and update the building's fire safety plan to reflect any changes in the building's layout, occupancy, or operations. The fire safety plan should include detailed information about the location of exits, the procedures for evacuating the building, and the responsibilities of different personnel. The fire safety plan should be readily available to all occupants and should be reviewed periodically to ensure that it remains relevant and effective. Additionally, establish a system for reporting and addressing any concerns or issues related to exit signs or other fire safety equipment. Encourage occupants to report any damaged, obstructed, or malfunctioning exit signs to the facility management team so that they can be promptly repaired or replaced. By fostering open communication and collaboration, facilities can ensure that potential safety hazards are identified and addressed in a timely manner. In summary, illuminated exit signs are an essential element of a comprehensive fire safety strategy for commercial buildings. By adhering to the requirements of the International Building Code and NFPA 101, incorporating advanced technologies, conducting regular training and drills, and fostering a culture of safety and preparedness, facilities can create a safer and more secure environment for all occupants. Always remember to consult with qualified professionals and local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. The electrical circuit that powers the exit sign must be a reliable branch circuit. This means that it should not be shared with other non-essential loads. A dedicated circuit ensures that the exit sign receives consistent power, minimizing the risk of failure during an emergency. The wiring for the exit sign circuit should be installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code, known as NEC. The NEC provides specific requirements for the type of wiring, conduit, and overcurrent protection devices that must be used for electrical circuits. These requirements are designed to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. The overcurrent protection device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, should be sized appropriately for the load of the exit sign. This will protect the circuit from overloads and short circuits, which could damage the exit sign or cause a fire. The NEC provides guidance on how to calculate the appropriate size of the overcurrent protection device. It is important to use the correct type of overcurrent protection device for the application. Circuit breakers and fuses have different characteristics and are designed to protect against different types of overcurrent conditions. The NEC specifies the types of overcurrent protection devices that are permitted for use in different applications. Exit signs are often equipped with battery backup systems. These systems provide power to the exit sign in the event of a power outage. The battery backup system must be capable of providing power for a minimum of 90 minutes, as required by the IBC and NFPA 101. The battery backup system should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. The test should verify that the battery is fully charged and that it can provide power for the required duration. The results of the test should be documented and kept on file. Exit signs should be inspected regularly to ensure that they are in good condition. The inspection should include checking the sign for damage, dirt, or obstructions. The inspection should also verify that the sign is properly illuminated and that the battery backup system is functioning properly. Any deficiencies that are found during the inspection should be corrected promptly. The NEC requires that exit signs be marked with the word exit in legible letters. The letters must be of a certain size and color as specified in the code. The exit sign must be located in a conspicuous location and must be clearly visible from all directions. The exit sign must be illuminated at all times when the building is occupied. The illumination must be of sufficient intensity to make the sign clearly visible, even in low light conditions. Exit signs should be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions provide specific guidance on how to install the exit sign properly. Following the manufacturer's instructions will help to ensure that the exit sign is installed safely and correctly. Exit signs should be maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions provide specific guidance on how to maintain the exit sign properly. Following the manufacturer's instructions will help to ensure that the exit sign continues to function properly. The local fire marshal or building inspector may have additional requirements for exit signs. It is important to check with the local authorities to ensure that the exit signs comply with all applicable codes and regulations. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that the exit signs in a commercial building are properly installed, maintained, and functioning properly. This will help to protect the safety of the building occupants in the event of an emergency. Always consult with a qualified electrician or fire safety professional if you have any questions about exit sign requirements. They can provide expert advice and guidance on how to comply with all applicable codes and regulations. In addition to the specific requirements for exit signs, it is also important to consider the overall fire safety plan for the building. The fire safety plan should include procedures for evacuating the building in the event of a fire, as well as procedures for preventing fires from starting in the first place. The fire safety plan should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure that it is effective. All building occupants should be familiar with the fire safety plan. They should know where the exits are located and how to evacuate the building safely. They should also know how to report a fire and how to use fire extinguishers. By taking these precautions, you can help to protect the safety of the building occupants in the event of a fire. Remember that fire safety is everyone's responsibility. By working together, we can create a safer environment for all. The location of exit signs is critical for effective wayfinding during emergencies. They should be placed along the natural path of egress, ensuring that occupants can easily identify the direction to safety. Consider the layout of the showroom, potential obstructions, and the typical flow of traffic when determining the optimal placement of exit signs. Exit signs should be visible from all directions and at all times. This means that they should not be obstructed by furniture, equipment, or other objects. They should also be illuminated at all times, even during daylight hours. The size of the exit sign should be appropriate for the viewing distance. The larger the viewing distance, the larger the exit sign should be. This will ensure that the sign is easily visible from all points within the showroom. The color of the exit sign should be consistent with applicable codes and standards. Typically, exit signs are required to be green or red. The color should be easily distinguishable from the surrounding environment. The mounting height of the exit sign should be consistent with applicable codes and standards. The mounting height should also be appropriate for the viewing distance. The exit sign should be mounted high enough to be visible from all points within the showroom, but not so high that it is difficult to read. The type of illumination used for the exit sign should be appropriate for the environment. In some cases, internally illuminated exit signs may be required. In other cases, externally illuminated exit signs may be sufficient. The illumination should be of sufficient intensity to make the sign clearly visible, even in low light conditions. The power source for the exit sign should be reliable. The exit sign should be powered by a dedicated circuit that is not shared with other non-essential loads. This will ensure that the exit sign receives consistent power, even during a power outage. The exit sign should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. The test should verify that the sign is properly illuminated and that the battery backup system is functioning properly. The results of the test should be documented and kept on file. The exit sign should be maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions provide specific guidance on how to maintain the exit sign properly. Following the manufacturer's instructions will help to ensure that the exit sign continues to function properly. The local fire marshal or building inspector may have additional requirements for exit signs. It is important to check with the local authorities to ensure that the exit signs comply with all applicable codes and regulations. The Americans with Disabilities Act, known as ADA, provides guidelines for accessible design, including requirements for exit signs. Ensure that the exit signs are accessible to individuals with disabilities, including those with visual impairment. This may involve providing tactile exit signs or audible exit signals. Consider the needs of all occupants when selecting and installing exit signs. Providing clear and accessible exit signs will help to ensure that everyone can safely evacuate the building in the event of an emergency. Smart building systems can integrate with exit signs to provide dynamic guidance during emergencies. These systems can adjust the illumination levels and direction of exit signs based on real-time conditions, such as the location of a fire or the presence of smoke. Smart exit signs can also provide audible instructions to guide occupants to safety. Integrating exit signs with smart building systems can significantly enhance the effectiveness of emergency evacuation procedures. Emergency lighting is a crucial component of a comprehensive fire safety plan. Emergency lighting provides illumination in the event of a power outage, ensuring that occupants can safely evacuate the building. Emergency lighting should be installed in all areas of the building, including exit routes, stairwells, and assembly areas. The illumination levels of emergency lighting should be sufficient to allow occupants to see clearly and avoid hazards. Emergency lighting should be powered by a reliable backup power source, such as a generator or battery system. The backup power source should be capable of providing power for a minimum of 90 minutes. Emergency lighting should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. The test should verify that the illumination levels are adequate and that the backup power source is working. The results of the test should be documented and kept on file. Emergency lighting should be maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions provide specific guidance on how to maintain the emergency lighting properly. Following the manufacturer's instructions will help to ensure that the emergency lighting continues to function properly. The local fire marshal or building inspector may have additional requirements for emergency lighting. It is important to check with the local authorities to ensure that the emergency lighting complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Integrating exit signs with the emergency lighting can provide a coordinated approach to emergency evacuation. When the power goes out, the emergency lighting will illuminate the exit routes, and the exit signs will guide occupants to safety. This coordinated approach can significantly improve the effectiveness of emergency evacuation procedures. Finally, regular fire drills are essential for ensuring that building occupants are familiar with the fire safety plan and know how to evacuate the building safely. Fire drills should be conducted at least annually and more frequently if possible. Fire drills should simulate a variety of emergency scenarios, such as a fire in a different location each time. Fire drills should be conducted in a safe and orderly manner. The building occupants should be instructed to evacuate the building quickly and efficiently, but without running or pushing. Fire drills should be evaluated to identify any areas for improvement. The results of the evaluation should be used to update the fire safety plan and to provide additional training to building occupants. By conducting regular fire drills, building owners and managers can help to ensure that building occupants are prepared for a fire and can evacuate the building safely. The use of 3 exit signs in a 45-foot by 45-foot showroom, each placed at the corners where the exits are located, ensures clear visibility and reduces confusion during emergencies. This configuration allows occupants to quickly identify the nearest exit, regardless of their location within the showroom. The strategic placement of exit signs is crucial for maximizing their effectiveness. Consider the layout of the showroom and the potential flow of traffic when determining the optimal locations for exit signs. Ensure that the exit signs are visible from all directions and are not obstructed by any objects. In addition to the placement of exit signs, it is also important to consider the type of exit signs that are used. There are a variety of different types of exit signs available, including internally illuminated exit signs, externally illuminated exit signs, and photoluminescent exit signs. The type of exit sign that is best suited for a particular application will depend on a number of factors, such as the ambient lighting conditions, the size of the showroom, and the budget. Internally illuminated exit signs are typically the most expensive type of exit sign, but they provide the best visibility in low light conditions. Externally illuminated exit signs are less expensive than internally illuminated exit signs, but they may not be as visible in low light conditions. Photoluminescent exit signs are the least expensive type of exit sign, and they do not require any electricity to operate. However, photoluminescent exit signs may not be as visible as internally illuminated or externally illuminated exit signs. Ultimately, the decision of which type of exit sign to use will depend on the specific needs of the showroom.